everybody, to another episode of the Freedom Cafe, a forum for comics. We're coming to you live from Queens, New York. I'm your man, Hank MacDonald, a.k.a. Mr. Tony Stark. And I got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Scoop Phaze himself.
What's going on? Happy to be here, bro.
Happy to have you, man. Happy to have you. Introduce yourself to the people.
How you doing, guys? As you said, my name is Kyle Christian, founder, creator of Scoop Phaze. You're probably wondering, what is Scoop Phaze? Well, let me help you out. Gaming. Most competitive thing aside from sports, and there's apparel, there's events, everything for sports. What about gamers? Gamers are competitors. So my company provides clothing, events, tournaments, everything you can think of for gamers, especially trading card gamers. Have you heard of Yugioh, Magic the Gathering?
I have.
Dragon Ball Z?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's what we do, man. We create apparel, hats, clothing, anything you can think of, mats, to go with competitor gamers so they can rock what they feel.
Nice, nice. Now, you talked about competitive card playing.
Absolutely.
Could you tell me a little bit about that? I see we've got some guys over here playing right now.
Well, absolutely. There's TCG is trading card game. TCG players compete in tournaments. And these tournaments are worldwide. Every city, every major country has these games in it. Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball. These are all games, and they have tournaments where they compete against each other, go to war, and then usually there's a collective winners, maybe top 8, top 4, even top 16, depending on how big the tournament is. But these guys really study their game. They practice day in and day out, weekly tournaments. They go hard, man. They study the game, and they're real competitors. So they should have a brand that represents them. And that's what Scoop Phaze is. We represent the competitive gamer.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. How long, I guess, does it take to become a competitive gamer?
Oh, man, that depends on you. It depends on your time, really. What you put into it is what you get out of it. But to be competitive doesn't take long. You got to buy the right cards, listen, watch videos, and just, practice.
Nice.
Into a few tournaments, next thing you know, you're in the big dance.
Nice.
Just that simple.
Speaking of tournaments, I know you've won your fair share. How did you get your start in the trading card game?
Oh, that's a good question, man. Listen, man, I used to play basketball, football, a lot of different sports, and I got this job as a recreation counselor when I was younger. And I went from counselor to director to supervisor, so they said, we need to bring more games in. And I noticed that every kid wasn't an athlete. So what we did is we introduced these trading card games to these kids that weren't as athletic. But see, the thing is, these are intricate games, so I had to learn it to teach it. So I went out to my first tournament, and I got waxed by like a 6-year-old. And I said, look, I'm too competitive to get waxed by a 6-year-old. So I got into the game, I studied, tried to learn the best I could, and I fell in love with what's called anti-meta. If you know me out there, you know I love anti-meta. Anti-meta goes against what the actual meta is. Meta is the most popular style of play. Anti-meta just counters that. So I said, hey, if I can't outthink them, if I can't, outplay these guys, just get into the game, I'm going to stop them everywhere they turn. When I fell in love with that, I kept playing. I actually won my first regional in Brooklyn at a store called King's Games. And then after that, sky's the limit.
Nice, nice. Now, for somebody who's new or a noob, shout out to all the noobs out there, how would they get involved in the trading card game?
Oh, man, you got to go to your local store. Like, we're in a store now. We're here in Metropolitan Ave in Queens. This store is called Royal Collectibles, but you can go to many different stores. They're all over the city. Major cities have at least 3 to 4 major stores. Go inside, pick up you a deck, buy some cards, sit down, enter a tournament. The best way to learn is to lose. They say before you win, you have to lose. But you're going to learn on the way. And before you know it, you'll be good.
That's some strong advice and some strong words from
the
legend, y'all. Coming from the legend. I guess any advice or anything you want to say before we close out this episode?
Man, what these guys are doing is amazing. Well, what I like to say is, man, just support your local stores, your local businesses. Small businesses need your love too. Find us online, scoopphase.com. And listen, man, what this guy has going on, these shows is tight. I watch every episode. I hope you do too. But listen, man, whatever you do, be the best at it. That's my advice.
My man.
Yo.
Appreciate you, the legend. Everybody, check out the link below, scoopphase.com. Make sure you get your gear. You don't want to go out and win that tournament without looking fresh.
That's a fact.
All right?